Some big changes are on the way when it comes to SEO on Etsy, so make sure to watch this video to stay up to date. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angie and I help ambitious Etsy sellers just like you to get their shop to the next level and finally live off the passion. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about Etsy selling tips and advice. Alright, so this update was published on the 17th of May, so it's still very fresh. What's amazing for you Etsy sellers that are watching this video shortly after the announcement is you can start working on updating your listings as quickly as possible if you feel like you might be missing on possible views. So what exactly is the announcement about? Well, Etsy announced that they are now going to look at the description when it comes to ranking your listings in search results. Up to now, only your title, tags, category, and attributes were analyzed. So adding the description is a big change. If you have been watching my videos for a while, or if we've worked together, you will know that I always recommended to have relevant keywords in your description anyway, especially in the first few sentences, as the description was and still is analyzed by Google. Now the description will also be analyzed by Etsy, helping you rank higher in your customers' searches. So let's take a look at the announcement together and what I recommend you do from now on. So here is the announcement. As you can see, it was published yesterday. I'm filming this on the 18th of May, so it's still a very new announcement. It was published on the Etsy forums, as you can see here. So I don't think you can see it and you can find it in the seller handbook just yet, but I'm sure it will come very soon. So what does the announcement say exactly? So it says, as you may know, a listing description has always been important when it comes to search engine optimization, SEO, as Google and other search engines crawl entire pages for keywords for ranking purposes. So this is exactly what I said in terms of your description was already analyzed by search engines, but not by Etsy. So it still made sense up to now to still have your most relevant keywords, your best tags in your description anyway, because you wanted to rank for Google. But now it will make even more sense because Etsy is also going to look at your description. This is exactly what they said later. Etsy search now considers keywords and phrases within your listing descriptions when ranking your listings. The keywords you use across your listing titles, tags, categories, and attributes are still essential when it comes to matching you to the right buyers. So what I understand from this is the title, tags, categories, and attributes, because they were there for so long, I think might weigh a little bit more than the keywords that you're gonna have in your description. As in, I would not recommend that you don't have any relevant keywords in your tags or any relevant keywords in your title and all of them in the description, because I don't think it's going to weigh as much as your title and your tag, for example, because that is what the majority of Etsy sellers were using prior to this update. It does mean that now if you want to rank high on Etsy, the description is going to have a very important role. So let's read what they said next. So what does this mean for you? Now that Etsy search is looking for keywords within your listing description, the algorithm has even more to scan, allowing us to get your items in front of even more buyers. What I understand from this is if you were appearing high in searches, even without having any relevant keywords in your description, you will still appear in the searches because you're still very relevant for these keywords for this search term. Now, for people that are not necessarily ranking high for this search term, if you want to rank higher, including your relevant keywords in your description will definitely help. Let's read the tips that they are offering. Some tips for writing listing descriptions. Aim to incorporate relevant keywords in the first few sentences of your listing descriptions. So that's exactly what I always recommended to Etsy sellers that I've worked with or on my YouTube channel. I always recommended to have your most relevant, your best keywords at the beginning in the first 3 to 4 sentences of your description, simply because this is going to be the first part of your description that is going to be analyzed by Google. At least that was analyzed by Google, but now it's going to be also the first few sentences that are going to be analyzed by Etsy. So it's definitely very important for you to focus on the first few sentences. What I would recommend you do is in the first 100 to 200 characters, include your best, most relevant tags and keywords. If you can repeat your best keyword in your title, your tags, and now in your description, that is going to be very important for the algorithm, because that way they will know exactly what your listing is about and they're more likely to show your listings in relevant searches. The second recommendation that they have is avoid copying your title verbatim or simply listing your top keywords. Instead, you want to craft a sentence or two that casually incorporates a few of your top keywords in a way that sounds human and written in your brand's voice. That is very important. I really don't recommend that you just spam your best keywords at the beginning of your description, just, jewelry, women jewelry, earrings, woman earrings, just separated by a comma. That is not going to work in the description. In the description, you want it to be first for the humans, first for your customers, and then for the algorithm. So that's why just choose, I'd say, between 2 and 5 keywords as much as you can to include in your first 2 to 3, 4 sentences that make sense for your customers and that is still relevant for your customers. And the last recommendation that they have is continue to include important information that will help buyers best understand your product. I find this very important because the description was and is still going to be used by your customers for them to understand your product better, for them to understand your shop better. They want to know everything that there is to know about your product. They will find it in your description. So the description should now be used as an SEO tool and to help you rank higher. But I really believe that the main thing that your description should do is give information about your product, give information about your shop, about your shipping, your delivery, the size, the colors available. Everything should be well organized so that your customers can find all the information that they need in their description, because that is something that is important. You may have the best SEO optimized description, but if it doesn't give enough information to your customers, if it doesn't help them convert, that is just not going to work, and you're still not going to rank high in searches, because that is also very important for Etsy. Is you are being found in the Etsy searches. Someone will click on your listing, but do they buy? Do they convert? If they don't convert, the Etsy algorithm will consider your listing as less relevant, less high in quality, so they just won't show it as much. So here you go, Etsy sellers, this is a big change. But if you have been following the good practices I've recommended in the past about having your best keywords in your description for Google already, this should not impact you so much. However, if you have not included your best tags in your listing descriptions, now is the best time to do it. If you found this video useful and you're looking for even more tips and advice to take your Etsy shop to the next level, download your free Etsy guide to help you set up your Etsy shop for success by clicking on the link in the description below. It's 10 pages full of information that you need to know if you're trying to have a successful Etsy shop. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and don't forget, dreams don't work until you do. I'll see you next time.